It is I, Menace Snowdecker. Welcome back to another YouTube video of BeyBlade Land. So I did some off-the-scene building. I'm not gonna go crazy like those other Minecraft builders. Don't worry. Alright, I have my own agenda of things that I like to get done. I'm not gonna spend 20-something hours on here building a ridiculous thing and everybody jumps in like, oh, where'd all this come from? Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not gonna do that. I thought it would be fun if I put an ice path so you could just like quickly walk or use a boat and try to move across. I don't know. I was just trying to have some fun with it. And I thought, what if I put like a little walking path here? And then you could just branch out a platform, walk around the bay. But then I couldn't decide what I wanted to do with that. And I was like, what if I put one that spiraled around it so you could actually see all the angles? But then I couldn't think of a design I liked. And then I stopped. Because I got way more that I could do here than just build a path. And I was thinking of starting the line downward going forward. So this one's Beat Tyranno, then there would be Roar Tyranno. This one's Sword Dran, then it would be Dagger Dran, then it would be Buster Dran, then Brave Dran, and the idea is just they run on. That's not important right now. What is important is that we continue Tyranno Beat. Also, I also did some thinking. If I don't reach a number that I'm satisfied with by the end of the year for BeyBlade builds, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start increasing my videos for 2 every single week, starting on Saturday and ending on Sunday. So I can try to get as many BeyBlades built before I die someday. Who knows when that'll be? Look, there are a lot of BeyBlades. There really are. There's hundreds of them. There are literally hundreds. There's probably enough here that if I built one probably every week alone, I might finish by the time I die. Wait, no. No, I'm doing the math in my head wrong. I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, I'm doing it wrong. Ignore me. Ignore me. I literally just woke up. I'm not kidding you. I literally just woke up. I still got my PJs on. Well, not my jacket. My jacket's not a PJ. What? They're comfy. You try gaming in a pair of jeans. It's not that comfy. It's comfy when you're out and about, but not comfy when you're sitting down for 24/7. If you're gonna relax, then relax. Gosh dang, it's not that hard. Okay, so we got the driver done, more or less. And I don't really see the intricate design work of it, so I'm just going to skip all that this time. Because honestly, that was a massive pain to build all that. I'm just building what I see. I'm not going into full 100% detail all the way through. If I can skip something, I will. Okay, so let's see here. Sheep, I see you. Out of the corner of my eye, I see you. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, well, for starters, I see something rather intriguing. It does not fully line up. So this is a tad fascinating. There's a line that goes across it. Here to there. And if you look at the 4 contact points, the 4 contact points do not line up with the line. So that's intriguing. Okay, so that's going to be the front. Alright, got it. I got what I'm doing now. More or less, anyways. Okay, so we got the basic part there. I keep taking this apart because I'm trying to understand how each part works, how it attaches, what it looks like, what it doesn't. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to start by filling this whole area in. You know what? Screw this. Fast forward! Done. I want to get as much done in every video as possible. Honestly, it looks weird. But we'll fix that as time goes on. Okay, so interestingly enough, this one actually curves a bit upward. Other one wasn't like that at all. This one's a little bit different. So what it'll actually do is it makes contact at the edge. Well, okay, not fully at the edge, but close enough to it. But then it curves a little. So this whole area gets raised by 1. And then we're just going to delete the underside here to signify that it curved. Actually, is that? I think I got it too wide at the base, but the top portion looks like it's about that wide. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is for now, and I'll slowly delete it as I go up. Because that does not seem right to me, size-wise. Maybe it was in the last video, but now that I take a closer look, I honestly can't say for certain that it is. But for now, just one thing at a time. No point to rush, it's just a build. We can get through this slow but steady. Okay, so this only happens for the first 2 in every single area. That makes it the first 3 sides. So we need to go ahead and do that. This is nice. Sitting down, relaxing, building. This is relaxing. Oh yeah, I suppose I also have to do that, don't I? There we go. That'll take care of the under part. That'll line up there. There's actually a little bit of space at the very edge of the actual driver or bit, whatever it is you want to call it. However, I do not have the amount of luxury for space in Minecraft to actually add said space. There's only so much space you can do when you're building in Minecraft, because each block equals 3.3 cubic feet all the way around. And in this case, it's more like a millimeter. And I'm not going to signify that big of a chunk for a millimeter, because that doesn't seem accurate to me. Alright. So, first ones make contact, but the other ones don't. Wait, hang on. I just goofed something up. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so if these are the first 4 points, and it's 8 because it's an octagon, I did something wrong here. Something's wrong. Where's the next ones? There. Fudge. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I did something wrong. I knew I did something wrong. I didn't make them big enough. It's an octagon, and only the first 3 points on both sides end up curving all the way like that. In other words, these need to branch off more. So I just did this whole thing wrong. I got the first one right. I just got to do it wider. Okay, so it makes contact there, and then it builds inward. It curves, almost like a trapezoid, almost. Okay, yeah, that's more accurate. That's what I should have done, and I did not do that. I'm the type of person, when I'm tired, I cannot think straight. Not only can I not think straight, but if you tell me stuff repeatedly over and over and over again while I'm tired, it's going to annoy me very, very, very quickly. So it's honestly best to wait till I'm actually awake to talk to me. Because I tend to get pretty agitated when I'm actually tired. And that actually goes double for when people will purposely try to keep me up or have me do something. That or they just wake me from my slumber. It's just like, somebody wants to die today. I don't actually mean it. It's just... that's just the type of vibe I give off. You know, like there's always that one person you know in your life that when you wake them up from their sleep, it is the worst thing in the world you could ever do. That's pretty much me. Yeah, I see that working. Okay. That works for me. I see that working all the way around. I was just judging it real quick, judging my work. Do I gotta delete those edges too, or? I think so. Okay. Yeah. Gotta delete those two. There we go. Okay, that part's done all the way around. So that's fine. Interestingly enough, this whole section immediately gets cut, just straight up cut off. It started in my brain and then it started when I spoke. Shame on me. But this whole part gets raised upward. And this happens all the way around. Now that I know where these points are, it'll be a little bit easier for me to figure this out as I go. I'm gonna be honest, you can kind of see the inside of the ratchet with the actual bit or driver, whatever it is you want to refer to it as. I use a lot of different terms because there's a lot of different terminologies when it comes to BeyBlades. There's the layer, or the outer section, the frame, whatever it is you prefer to call it. There's the middle section, which in some terms is also called the frame, or the middle layer. Then there's the driver, or bit, and that's the bottom layer. And the more you look at it, the more confused you tend to get, because there's just a lot of different terms. It's no different than two people from different countries coming together talking about food. Hey, you got any chips? You mean fish? No, I said chips. Oh, you want crisps? No, I want chips. We don't have that in store today. Yeah, okay, thanks, dude. Thank you so much. So I tend to get confused pretty easily with the terminology, and I say what I feel is right, and for me, when I think of the bit, I think of the driver. So I call it a driver, because that's what I'm used to calling it. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's just what I do. Okay, so that all seems fine now. What I'm gonna do here is I'm going to raise this all up one more time. Actually, wait, hang on. No, I gotta delete a layer. So actually, no, I don't need this one. I don't need that one. I can just straight up build it up right here and then delete the one underneath. And that'll give us the basic shape for this particular 4-point contact ratchet. It honestly amazes me that I can even play Minecraft like this when I have all my settings literally maxed out. It would give anybody else a headache. I tried letting my friend play off my system once. My friend, Chris. After playing it for literally 5 seconds, he looked at me and said, "Dude, what is up with your settings? Why is it so sensitive?" The sheer look on his face when he found out everything was maxed out. He was so surprised and so annoyed. He literally turned everything down to less than half of what it was. And I was just there laughing. Oh yeah, you actually do cover up a bit of that, don't you? So I gotta do that. Right, then you round out around. Okay, so I need to round you out a little bit. Like that. Is it that, or is it more? I'm thinking more. Yes, that seems more accurate. That's better. Then we do the same thing on the other side. I don't think I'm going to get the whole ratchet done today, but I will get the basic for it. I could edit this together and just skip out a lot of the building process, but then it's a lot less fun for me because I like seeing the process. I know a lot of other people don't. And that's your preferred preference. This is just mine. I like building. It's part of the process. There's no point in skipping it. Yes, sometimes the building process is heavily boring. It can be repetitive and honestly quite annoying. But it's Minecraft, so you gotta do it regardless. That's just how it is. I caved it inward a little bit more, didn't I? Let's see, 5, 3, 2. Okay, so that's what I need to do here. So 5, 3, 2. 5, 3, 2. And there we go. There we go. I like how you can actually see some of the lines underneath it. That looks cool. I like that. Still sad that I don't have another red I could use here. I could use a darker one for the top section, but it's fine. Okay, what else am I supposed to add here? I'm noticing that there's a 3-line decal right in this section. And it takes up the majority of it. The first one starts there, and there's one more about here and there. It's almost like a groove. It goes inward. You know, and actually there is a part inside of it that I do see. So I am going to actually take this apart real quick, and I'm going to add just one thing inside of it. I don't see much of it, so I'm not going to add most of it. But I will do this. I mean, I can't really see the actual teeth on the bit. I just see the 2 white panels that are just holding it. So I will add these. It's an interesting thing. With certain colors, you can actually cancel out other colors. So when you add things like blue and red, it becomes a lot darker because that tends to make purple. And that's a little bit harder for the eye to see, especially through a glassy object. Does that look all right? I feel like it's one block too wide all the way around. So I'm just going to go around here. And we're just going to delete one layer all the way around. It just feels a tad too wide. I'm just hoping I'm doing all this right the first time, because if I'm not, then I gotta come back and I gotta tweak it, and I'm not gonna enjoy that. Okay, let's see here. That seems alright. That looks good. You gotta be able to look at every single angle that you've carved with just a glance. You gotta be able to measure it quickly and precisely. So what I'm actually doing here is I'm going here, 2, 2, 2, 1. And if I see anything different, then I did something wrong. But it all looks good. It all looks good. I got it right the first try. So yeah! Proud of myself. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Much, much closer. It only branches out around the driver or the bit only a little. So even if the top section branches out past that point, the bottom section does not. So this is the top, and this right here is the very bottom. And it just seemed a tad too wide for me. So that looks a whole lot better now to me. So what we're going to do now... Actually, wait. No, no. No, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ignore me. Ignore me. It's fine. Just thinking to myself here. I actually got to raise this up one more time for what I'm about to do next. So just give me a moment and I'll speed this process up real fast. Okay, there we go. I noticed something that I had to do here, but then once I noticed it, I was like, okay, I can't do that with the amount of space I have. I need to make it taller. So if I match that with... There. That all seems accurate size now. Size-wise. There's a lot more that goes on here, and this whole design will get larger. It's probably gonna... That was weird. My mouse stopped working there for a second. I don't know what happened. I went to move my mouse and it wasn't working. I was like, hold on. I was like, do I gotta buy a new mouse? I don't want to do that. I was panicking. It was just the sensor. The sensor is being funny. It'll probably branch out to about here, this far around, or actually a little bit closer. Because we're just building the surrounding part that goes around the bit here, around the driver itself. And then it's going to extend by maybe 3 or 4 blocks again, just like it did over there. So we're building that frame around it right now. But this one's a little bit different. It looks almost hexagonal at first glance, but then it turns into an octagon that's surrounding it. And then it builds off of that, and then it becomes a circle. So that's actually kind of fascinating. It only looks hexagonal, but it's actually an octagon. It just threw my eyes off because there was a couple areas on the actual frame that was kind of hard to see, which I think is interesting. But for right now, I need to get a little bit more the detailing in here. So what I noticed is it actually angles. It's almost like the side of a triangle, but not quite. You see, this area is going to build outward, like an actual angled surface. And it's going to do that on both sides, but it's only going to do that for those 2 spots. Because this part stays exactly the same. So actually, let's just go ahead and add this now, so that way I know I don't have to later. I'm probably not going to get the sizes 100% accurate for every single bay. That's fine. As long as I can get a bay that I'm proud of once I'm done building it, I'm okay with that. And these don't really go out too far. Actually, if I count that right now, I was right on the money. About 3 to 4 blocks exactly. Because this part right here then becomes the surrounding ring. And then that will get built slightly downward. Oh no, it gets built up one more. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that for right now. It's going to look kind of like that. Because this part levels off with this part, and then it deepens upward. So the next layer will be the top layer. Now, for those grooves. Okay, so there's 3 grooves, and they go inward. All the way up to there. It starts close to the bottom. But it doesn't fully reach the top. Actually, I might actually skip these. Because these are very, very, very thin. I guess I could create a simulation. They are literally about that thick. They are literally that thick of an entire block. I'm not kidding. These are super, super thin. You could easily recreate that type of thickness with a screwdriver. It's not that difficult. But there's 3 of them. And they're about... Let's see. Halfway point's there. So if I had to space them out... I'd say they'd be in these spots right here. The problem is they're just so thin. They're too thin. And I'd love to put them in, but I just don't see a point when they're that thin. I can't create in-depth personality with that. I really can't, because I need it to go inward. So I gotta break behind it. But then I go to do that, and I can't do that. If I had, like, some sideways half slabs, then... Okay, maybe I could recreate that, but, yeah, I got nothing. As much as I want to go for the detailed look, I'm gonna have to skip that. I can't do that. I'd love to put that in there, because that's part of the design work, but I just don't see a point. I really don't see a point. You know what? I might actually just stop there for today. I mean, I still got 5 minutes. I could easily just pause it again and build this whole layer up. It wouldn't be that difficult. It'd be super simple. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this section, because this part goes inward. Yeah, kind of like that, actually. Okay, so I do have some time. You know what? We'll just spend the last 5 minutes of me building this up. I thought I had less time to work with than that. Time is such a relative thing for me these days. It really is. Either way, this has been a very productive video for me. As I expected, I didn't get all of the ratchet done. But we did get the high majority. We got a lot of it done. I still gotta add the outer layer, I still gotta add the 4 contact points, but honestly, those can wait till I'm done with the rest of the bay. Or I could do them ahead because it's actually 4, so it'll be a lot easier to do. And actually build upon and maintain. Then I could go on to the face bolt. There's a lot here. There's a lot we can do. Trying to make sure I get every single angle just right. I'm really trying to focus on this because I want to do a really decent job. I like building in Minecraft. I really do. But there are just some moments where you do something and I think I've already messed up. Gosh dang it. Yeah, I messed up somewhere. I'll fix that. Okay, is that better? That doesn't look round. It doesn't look round to me at all. I feel like I made one of those really old coins that was so horribly shaped it couldn't be called circular. You know what? I'm just gonna fix this between this video and the next one, so you all don't have to worry about it, and I don't have to deal with the headache next time. This is not round. I need to fix this. This is awful. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think I'm making it worse. Alright, I'm just going to stop here and I'm going to get to work on this, because I got to fix this. And then we can worry about the underside and the rest of it next time. Because I have done something wrong. I really have. Alright, well thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, then give it a like. If you want to see more, then please subscribe. And like always, this is Menace Snowdecker signing off. And I will see you next time. Or I don't have to deal with a big fat headache. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh. Well, bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to smile, because remember, smile a day goes a long way. And I will see you back here soon. When I have this fixed. Anyways, one more thing before you go. Could you please check out the links in the description below and join the Discord server as well. Recommend... You know what? I'm actually going to change this up a bit for me. I'm going to start saying, recommend some more BeyBlades for me to build. And I'm going to put a section inside my Discord server of BeyBlades that people want me to build. That, or you can just put it in the comments below here on YouTube. Because I will see it. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to put it in my Discord server. Just put it here on YouTube. It'll be easier for me. Anyways, bye!